Welcome to Attican Plays Farm Manager 2021. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 3, Episode 1 of Farm Manager 2021. We're going to play the third the third scenario. And as long as the interest stays up, your interest stays up, and especially as long as my interest stays up, we're going to keep working our way through the scenarios. I think a couple of them might be pretty interesting down in there. And eventually what I plan to do is play this free mode where we can change the settings and we'll make our monthly wages high. We'll make our price of products low to sell and high to buy. Bad yield size, bad animal production, and no money. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what we're looking for. But we'll get to that. We're not going to go there yet. And I'll tell you why. Because I've done it a little bit, played around with it. It's not the same game. We'll be starting a series on a new game. Because Farm Manager 2021 in Extreme is not Farm Manager 2021. It's something else. And it's cool. And I think we'll enjoy it. But we'll get there. I think right now, let's keep learning the game, getting it down. And let's play these scenarios through and get them all done. So, and the next one here is the power of colors. So that's what we're going to tackle next. All right, the power of colors. Agriculture is beautiful. Diverse colors, the scent of flowers, and bees collecting nectar. Create a farm full of colors. So what we have to do is plant 3 products, flax, lupine, and poppy, on a kind of a medium-sized field, a 0.4 hectare field. That's fairly big. I think it's probably one upgrade of our house in order to get that big a field. And we have to finish a workshop for beekeepers, and we have to produce a bunch of honey. We have to produce multi-flower honey, colza honey, and buckwheat honey. And for the colza and the buckwheat, we will have to plant fields of those 2 products, colza and buckwheat, and have beehives near them so that they can gather up the what they need from the colza and the buckwheat in order to make honey. So we'll be making 3 types of honey. We're going to have a lot of beekeepers, and certainly several. And we're going to have, we're definitely doing some cultivation because we've got to plant some fields. And even just to finish, we've got to have these fields planted. So let's see what we have to work with. We have $65,000. We have our usual starting square. And up here, it's interesting. We have these black currant berries. And they're due to harvest in 13 days. There's 1, 2, 3 fields of them. They're all the same. They're all ready to go in 13 days. And we've got a new thing for our playthrough, a house for seasonal employees. Now these folks are people you bring in from a certain range of time, like this. Like here it's the 1st of March. It's hard for me. I remember I'm from America. The 1st of March, to me that's January 3rd, but the 1st of March through the 6th of December is their hiring period for whatever reason. And we could set that, we can slide that and change it. We can also pay more or less for these employees, and we can ask them to work more or less than normal hours each month. And we can set how many employees do we want in total. I think we're going to take the whole 12. Believe it or not, we're going to keep this. This may be a first for me. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep the house. We're going to keep the berries because they're coming due in 13 days. And they are a crop that grows in every 50 days, 60 days, something, whatever. We can have a new crop of berries to pick, so there's no question that we can pay, even though it's let's call it $1,000 a month for 12 people. 12,000. All right, let's make it 10, 11,000 a month. All right, 10's easy math. 10,000 a month for these people for 9 months. That's 90, so call it 100 grand. We need 100 grand to pay these people off. We'll make more than that with these berries, so we could make a profit running this. So we'll just leave it intact. The only thing we might do, we will eventually give them a warehouse up here. For now, they can run the stuff down here to this warehouse. And I said we probably want to give them, I would like to give them better roads. I don't like the slow roads. So what we're going to do is give them a good road that's a closer connection. And we're going to kill this road out here so they won't be tempted to take it. There we go. And we're going to kill this road too. And we can just repeat it like this. Repeat it, put it back as a better road. So now they'll have better roads to walk on, and they'll have an easier, faster path to get down here to this warehouse. So that should keep them going for a while. There is one more thing we have to do. We have to go here, and we have to go down here to more. This is the tricky part. It's easy to miss. We have to go down here to more, and you can see the information it has, the time, the grows. This says, do we want to spray for anti-weed and insects and fungus? And yeah, we do. And right here's the key thing we're looking at. We need to set it for allow manual work by employees. Otherwise, it'll just sit there. Even with these guys, it'll just sit there and nothing will happen. So we're going to do the same thing here and the same thing here. And while we're spending money, now, tough call here. What's this cost to do this? 64, 18, 20,000. We'd only have 30 plus a loan left. All right, here's what we're going to do. To get water up here, we're going to put in a well. They're zero cost. They're only $500 to put them in. We can put a well right there that'll cover those. So now these employees can go out and water this whenever they need it. What I really want is irrigation here, but that would have cost us a lot, and we need the money for what else we're going to do. Because this is not fast enough. This will not suit me at all in terms of how fast we can grow our economy and get moving and build a true economic engine. So we're going to build an engine as well, and we're going to do that. Where are we going to do it? I think we'll just start. We'll start here, and we're going to do quail because we've done this game. Just unfortunately, just sort of almost forces you to do livestock at the beginning because it's just so much more profitable than trying to do this kind of thing. So much more predictable in terms of steady income. So much more. It's just better all around. I think almost too much so. So we're going to go. We could even cram it around our house and take advantage of that warehouse, but we're not going to do that. I have a definite design in mind that I want to use. So we're going to do quail because we've already done the chicken and eggs in 1, and we added some cows in there. And then in 2, we did the big sheep layout. So now we're going to go quail. So let's see, 58,000. 1, 2, 3. Well, we can just put in. We can put it. And what we want to do first is get our research going, and we want to go down here and take advantage of the fact that they have spotted us the 1-year school. So we don't have to go to the farm school. They've spotted us that. So we're going to do this one, which is going to allow us to have the second level sheds, which are the medium sheds rather than the small ones. So we'll work with those. So we're just going to wait 3 days until those come in, until that training is done, and then we can get started. Over time, we'll expect to see a few more people come in here to work for. There we go. There's one. And our training finished. Good timing. So now let's start more training. Let's work on our people. Let's strengthen our people. Because that's a great one. labor law training is perfect. 3 days, $500, beautiful. All right, so while that's going on, we're going to put in a medium chicken coop, which also happens to be a coop for quail. And connect it like that. And like that. And we will put a warehouse there, a silo there, and 3, 4. Let's just go ahead and build that road. And we're going to put a house here. Now let's set up our orders before we get this thing going here. We're going to set up our orders. We are going to quail need wheat. We are of course going to go organic because the prices are just too good. We'll start with 200. I'm not going to mess with the selling stuff yet. That'll come later. Wheat, buckwheat, and linseed. Let me think about it. Yeah. Linseed. And apples. And pumpkin. And we're also going to be able to sell what we make. So we'll do the quail eggs. Sell if you have any. And we can go ahead and put in the quail meat. Sell if you have any. There we go. All right. So we've got our sales orders all set. And we need some power. If we put power... won't quite get that one, will it? We put power right there. Oh, we need more money. Okay, so now let's go get our loan. We'll go get the biggest loan we can get. Thank you. Set up our wiring, and then we'll do some recruiting for animal people. Oh, and but before we do that, I want to show you something else. See this? The range of this house. That's the area where people will go work. See how it hits those fields? If we recruit people and they see that there's work to be done over here, they'll go over there and work if we haven't assigned them to something. So to keep that from happening, we're going to lower their radius down here like that. In fact, I'd like to have it come in. Yeah, like that, so it doesn't even touch this in case I put a field there down the road. All right, so now they'll just work in this area, and that's where we're going to be building our houses. So I don't want them wandering off. So we'll get animals, just one. Okay, we'll take one. And we're going to, no, we'll just go. See, we've already got our first load of supplies. We've got everything we need to feed these folks. Okay, our first coop, we're going to assign our one worker to it. Make her a level 5. And we're going to buy quail and set them up to eat all that good food. And we'll, well, we've got enough. Oh, wait. Recruit. Okay. We'll put another one on this. Make her a 5. And we have just enough to put in another coop. And let's track the quail eggs just so that we can see if we're making progress. We'll assign and hire. Nobody available. We'll have to wait a day. We're kind of low on money. We'll wait a minute. Not enough linseed. Oh, the linseed is a problem. That's right. Okay. The linseed, I think, is put into a barn. So we're not gonna feed them that. And I want to show you. If you feed them only 4 of the 5, look at the quality. It's just almost perfect. It's almost perfect. So you're not giving up a lot. It's one less thing for our workers to carry in there anyway. So if anything, it might even make us more efficient. It might be a blessing in disguise. And just to review a concept here that I'm not sure everyone has gotten. This warehouse right here, notice it has 149 eggs in it. And look up here, we have 149. And look over here, we have 149. Well, that's not 150, that's 300. Well, no, it isn't. It's the same 149. So your warehouse system, if it's in one warehouse on your farm anywhere, it's in every warehouse on your farm everywhere. That's how you can do stuff like set up, like if you had cows going and you were getting milk in here, and then you could go way out here and put your dairy processing. And as long as there's a warehouse, pardon me, a warehouse out there, you would the milk would just magically go from here to over there. So that's a mechanic you can kind of take advantage of. So that the game doesn't force you to move stuff between warehouses. It just automatically moves for you. Let's buy our quail. Feed them everything but linseed. So now those fields are low of moisture. Now our workers are going to probably get some water, I would hope. Oh, they've already fixed it. And now if you notice, they are harvesting the berries. So let's track those so we can see what's going on with that. Whoops. When they get down here to the warehouse, we'll see this number go up 200 each time they walk in there, more or less. There we go. And we are selling those, aren't we? No, we're not, and we should be. There. Oh, no, that wasn't it. That was almost it. Sell over 0. There we go. And let's go take a look at the prices. If we sell those, they're $14 a unit. So it's $14,000 for the ones we have in there right now. That's probably better. See, that's a better price than we can even get for the eggs. So these are going to be nice for us. That's why we left it, since it was near harvest. Okay, so now we can recruit. Okay, and assign. I got to double check now. Yeah, they're all, we want nothing but 5s in here. And we can build another pen. And this may seem strange to you, the gaps, but I want to be able to have east, west, north, south, easy transportation in case we put in logistics. And this is going to give us an almost overly organized appearance, but I think it'll look nice when we're done. Now we could, these things are fast. Let's move 10 over there and assign folks. And give them our 4 products to eat. And now we can go ahead and make another coop. Okay. We'll move 10 to coop 4. Give it food. And we'll wait till we have enough money to put in another house. Now this is different from me, moving them over and letting them breed. I'm kind of the camp that it's fast. It's more efficient to just buy the whatever animal you're doing and then let them start making money for you immediately. But on the other hand, the birds do breed rather quickly. So. We must have another harvest going. Yep, we did. Okay, we've got enough money for a house. And we want to it's got to finish building first, then we want to change its radius and bring it back over here to this side of the world. Now we've never had to deal with that before because we've never had that situation with manual farms going on before. See this how it needs people. If these houses had that range out there, they would be out there. They'd be out there working. We don't want that. We want them in these pens. So let's build another coop. just passed our first month, paid our bills, and now we're negative. So let's see how long it takes us to dig out of this hole. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we're harvesting berries, so it should be good. But we got all 12 workers out here. That's good. I take that back. You know what they're doing? They're going down there to get spray to spray the fields. Yeah, and we're out of the insect spray because we're negative. So they're getting frustrated by not being able to get any. But we'll be positive that the next egg cell will be fine. Okay, I want to buy the quail. I want these things productive. Get a little more money and we'll bump Isla up. Go, and we can build another one. And we can build another one. Okay, we're going to speed these guys up. We're going to put a warehouse out here as threatened earlier. And then the question is where we're going to put it. I'm kind of seeing, let's look at their range. They got a big range, so we're probably going to have them, we're probably going to think about some more berries and some orchards for this to work. No, actually they're keeping busy with this. We would have to have more, well, we might put more houses in. So anyway, I think putting, one thing would be safe. Just we'll put the warehouse right here. Right there. And that'll save them walking all the way down here every time they need something or every time they want to deliver something. And that should help them keep up with this. Because see, we've got harvesting that can be done right now. We're getting the no people sign, and I think it's as much because there's no warehouse as any other thing. So, okay, good deal. Now let's go back to building this. We're going to put in our final pin for this little what I think of as a module. And you notice the way it's designed, every pin is just, the pins are just basically right around the inputs and outputs they need, except for their workers, and their workers are right nearby. So I like this. It has a nice, neat look to it. It's a little over manufactured, too organized maybe for some people's taste. Doesn't look organic enough, but ironically enough, it is organic food. But once we get this one going, and we bump them up, we buy our quail. There we go. There's one. And now what I will do for sure though, I want to have the roads running through it, even here, because we're going to expand, perhaps, and perhaps not, and like so, and like so. So there's one of our modules, and what I'm going to do now is just repeat that across here. So I'm going to go away and work on that. This is all I'm going to do, is just keep building these and just keep watching this. This should be fine now. They should be just fine for keeping up with that. I mean, we could contemplate putting another house out here, but it's okay if, well, no, it's not okay. If it's an interesting trade-off here. If we're waiting on people to work here, then that's delaying the time that this could start growing its next cycle. And you could conceivably lose an entire cycle. And what I've seen is one cycle will pretty much pay for the house. So that being said, I think it would make sense if we put in another house for 40 grand. The house is expensive, but once you build it, it costs you 40 a month, which is something. But I think the gain in productivity here would be worth it. And again, I haven't done any studies to figure this out to see how many people we need, but I'd rather see these fields being very, very productive. That to me is a better thing, even if you're spending a little money on housing. So we're going to put another one of these in here, and once it finishes building, okay, we will set its values. Those are kind of the defaults. That'll be fine. 900 a month, 12 employees, sure, that'll work. Okay, and it'll just kind of auto recruit for us. Now let's get this next one kind of lined up so we know where stuff's going. 2, 3, 4. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. So now we'll know to put a house right here. Okay. And we can put a house. Okay, now, now I'm going to go away and build this out and just keep going across here with these guys. And I'd like you in the comments to tell me, do you like it when I kind of pass through, fast forward the super repetitive stuff? Like once you see me do one, do you want to watch me do another one? Or would you like to see every little detail? And I know we'll get mixed reviews on this because I've done this before for Railway Empire videos. Some of you want it one way, some of you want it the other way. You can't all have everything you want, but I would just like to have a feel. I can tell you that I'm going to have to do some fast forwarding. My voice just won't take talking about this crap for hours upon hours, and it's boring anyway. So I guess I've kind of told you the answer, haven't I? But sorry, but let me know in the comments what you think. I've said this before. Each of you get a vote, and I get the number of votes plus one vote. So in our democracy, feel free to vote for whichever way you want, and just be willing to accept that the results may not be exactly to your liking. Okay, see you in a bit. All right, we're back. Here's what we've come up with. I've built 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little modules, Each module has its center focal point, warehouse and silo, and then houses nearby on the edge, and 8 coops that surround our input-output area. So warehouse and silo, and that repeats 4 times. Now I've got all these crossroads in here because I wanted to add logistics. So I've added 5 logistics buildings with trucks running all over the place to support this. And then of course we've got this going on up here with the berries, and I can't remember if I did. I don't think I did this online, or when I was recording for you. I added a second house of seasonal workers here to keep this flowing. I didn't want any holdups in getting these things replanted so they could grow again, and lose the chance to maybe miss a cycle with these while the weather's good. And one cycle pays for a house, the next cycle pays for the second house, and everything else is profit. So it's a good deal. And speaking of that, and I've kept the training going, and I did learn my lesson, and I did remember to do the extended staff, 150 staff. And let's go look at where we kind of are. Staff-wise, we're at 87 right now, 88. We're at 88. How could I have one unassigned? I must have a goof somewhere. One of these doesn't have 2 people. Here we go, right there. Makes me think I've got, there we go. Here's the problem. And that being said, somebody was out working on plants maybe. No, no, that was not the problem. Okay, those are all good. Where's the one I found that was? This guy here is unassigned. Everybody in this is assigned. I hope there's no opening here. There's no opening here. Crap. So that means I've got hire. Why would I have to hire someone? 8 out of 8. 8 out of 8. 8. 8. That's why. Oh, good. Okay, I can accept that error. That's no problem. That just means I didn't quite finish off what I was doing here. Okay, good. So she's in the right house and everything. All right. So now we can go look. These overviews help. So we've got 88 staff, 64 permanent in our 8 houses, supporting our 8 times 4 is 32 pens of quail. We got 24 seasonal staff working on that farm. It's probably too much. And look at our staff effectiveness. Look at that. It is high. I wonder why. I think it's because of this design. All these things are just as close as they can be to this, pointed right at it as best they can be. I got a few I could have tweaked, like here. See where the gate is? I should have put it pointing that way, because then the gate is here. It's 1 away instead of 1, 2. Instead of 3 away, it's 2 away from the intersection. So that would have been much smarter to have it turned that way. So I'll learn that lesson and get that, but that's minor. The combination of all of this and all these logistics, let's watch it run. It's just beautiful. We're pumping out the eggs like crazy, and we're getting nice harvest of black currant. We're making good money. And it's only July, so we're in great shape to go out and do whatever we want. Speaking of money, look at our finances. Our estimated monthly budget is $685, and our annual estimate is about $8.5 million. So this is doing all right. And notice we haven't even put the slaughterhouse in. And because these animals breed quickly, a slaughterhouse could absolutely work in this case. That's really about all you can do with the quail. There's no milk, unfortunately. But a slaughterhouse would absolutely work if we wanted to go that route. And of course, the other route we could go is do this again, or do something with sheep, or whatever we want, or get into farming. Now, what we're going to do is get into farming, because we know that this is a I shouldn't say farming. It's all farming. Get into cultivation, crops. We're going to get into crops. And I want to do a couple of things in this one. I'm going to give ourselves an extra goal. We are going to create these foods that our animals are eating. The wheat organic, the buckwheat, the apples, and the pumpkins. So we're going to have fields of that and have those crops coming in. And we're going to have all the honey, and we're going to have so we may not finish this one as fast. I mean, we could finish this super fast. You do realize that all we have to do is go out, buy a chunk of land, throw down some tractors and a house with some machine operators and 4 or 5 fields and a bunch of honey, and we're done. Now, it will take a while. The honey's not that fast. But just the same, we're done. We've got a great economic engine here. So let's stop right here. In the next episode, we're going to go out and see if we can't come up with a way to design a nice farming crop module for machine-operated farming, so the big-scale farming. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Farm Manager 2021 video. Thank you.